Hello.
Hello.
And welcome.
Hello and welcome. Please subscribe, like, and enable notifications.
Hello, helpers. Hello.
Previously, we talked about Munch. Today, let's discuss Gogh, Koreans' favorite painter, recently celebrated globally through Loving Vincent, and his personal history. He wasn't particularly happy or loved. He was hospitalized numerous times for epilepsy, self-harm, etc., and ended his life by shooting himself at the age of 38. It was only after his lonely death that his paintings became known and loved. Let's take a look at his lifetime.
Yes.
He painted many self-portraits. Let's look at one from early in his career. How does it feel? Start with poor expression. Is this painting familiar to you? Does it match the typical impression of a Gogh painting?
The colors seem different. I imagine brighter yellows.
But this painting is quite gloomy, isn't it?
Yes.
Paintings from that time were like this. In 1886, Gogh moved to Paris. Paris was a cultural hub, and he met many painters. Gogh had a bit of a peculiar nature, so instead of getting close to people, he got very close to a drink called absinthe. Yes, with an alcohol content of 70 to 80, almost pure alcohol.
It sounds like it would
seems
burn
like
when
it
you
would
drink
burn
it.
instantly. Indeed. It's a very strong drink, but apparently quite cheap. And as you can see, it's green. It seems it was quite alluring, earning the nickname Green Fairy. I wonder if our fairy here is drinking absinthe.
Is this what they drink instead of water?
Absinthe contains a substance called terpene, which can cause xanthopsia.
What's xanthopsia?
With xanthopsia, objects appear much more yellow, and lights or stars seem to flicker. In his early flower paintings, the yellow doesn't stand out, even with yellow flowers. But in the famous sunflowers, the yellow become a series. More pronounced at time. But in the famous series,
Not quite the Gogh we're used to.
That's right. As time progresses, yellow becomes it's like there's a very yellow filter on prominent it.
feature in Van Gogh's artwork.
He didn't intentionally decide to use more yellow. As his condition worsened, yellow became more intense to him, leading to this kind of depiction. There's also a very peculiar form of depiction. If you look here, these are all stars. Near the stars, you see they're not just bright dots. There's a halo, like cloud around them. This is called a corona, and it's a symptom seen in people with xanthopsia. Stars usually look like fixed points, right? Even lights are supposed to just shine. But he drew coronas around them too. Van Gogh didn't do this to make it look more beautiful. He just painted what he saw.
That's a possibility.
Thinking like that, when you look at his self-portrait, how does it compare to the one we saw earlier? Very different with a yellow filter. It's like he saw his face through a yellow filter.
Is that a yellow straw hat?
Yes, it's a straw hat, but it looks like a burning golden hat. Unfortunately, it's estimated that Van Gogh suffered from over 30 different conditions.
Exactly.
So it's not just this. This is a very famous painting. I'm sure our subscribers know it. Our helper, Mr. Fairy Teacher, was the Van Gogh of Korea University. This
right.
is the self-portrait he painted after cutting off his ear, and it has many interpretations.
There are many interpretations, especially in psychiatry. There are various theories, but since no psychiatrist directly treated Van Gogh, there are many theories. Van Gogh's sister was also hospitalized with schizophrenia, so you can't ignore the family history. There's a theory that it could have been due to auditory hallucinations or delusions, telling him to cut his ear off, suggesting schizophrenia. Also, Van Gogh had severe mood swings and was quite
Extreme swings.
He would be fine at times, but also impulsive and aggressive, suggesting bipolar disorder.
Temporal lobe epilepsy is another theory.
Oh yes, epilepsy. It's often talked about.
Van Gogh actually had epilepsy. And in cases of temporal lobe epilepsy, there can be psychotic symptoms like hallucinations or delusions. Mood changes can occur between seizures.
The temporal lobe slightly influences personality.
Yes. Perhaps
Van
there
Gogh's
could be more
erratic
to
behavior
this.
could be
So, sensitive and excited between seizures.
Eventually leading to a suicide, even a gun suicide, could be one of the common symptoms that appear after seizures. It's thought to be related to temporal lobe epilepsy, or what we now often refer to as epilepsy.
Many stories, but we're unsure.
Since he passed away long ago, what doctor I mentioned is a widely accepted theory.
because he was a subject of much psychiatric analysis. But recently, our ENT doctors have started presenting different opinions. Shall we take a look? It's a very famous painting, Starry. Love that art.
something.
When you look at the painting Starry Night, what's the first thing you
swirls.
see? You see the massive swirls. You see
the
them
stars.
a lot. And as I mentioned earlier, the halos around the stars are a symptom of xanthopsia. But the sky wasn't actually swirling like that, so why did he paint it that way? Because he actually felt like he was spinning around. Yes. Maybe he saw the world spinning like that. This swirling pattern appears frequently in his paintings after Starry Night, showing up much more than before.
Not earlier.
This is the painting of the road with cypress and star. As you can see, the swirling patterns continue.
That style,
It was thought to be just a change in style, but since these paintings were created around the same time, in a letter sent to his brother Theo,
My cherished brother?
Van Gogh mentioned dizziness often in his letters to Theo during that period.
Does it appear?
Appears multiple times, and he uses expressions like dizziness won't leave me. And we say Van Gogh had auditory hallucinations, but when you look at his letters, it's strange sounds or noises with no meaning, almost like tinnitus. Unless the tinnitus had a meaning or a message I could understand. Like tinnitus, he calls them hallucinations, but if it's just noise, it's tinnitus. So it might have been tinnitus. That's one interpretation.
Possibly tinnitus.
That's really fascinating.
Ringing and spinning.
Yes, and adding to that, people often describe it as feeling like their ears are clogged or muffled, like being underwater. What condition does dizziness and ring in the ears remind you of?
Meniere's.
Meniere's.
That's
It's
right.
a well-known condition. As an ENT doctor, I often treat Meniere's disease. Thinking of that, let's look at that self-portrait again. And you'll see he cut his ear. Yes, not because he was schizophrenic.
But the ringing was tormenting, and it felt like spinning daily, so ENT specialists thought maybe he cut off his ear. I also wonder if that's why he drew that picture.
They say that Meniere's patients actually suffer to that extent, don't they?
They're extremely distressed. The incidence of depression is also quite high, with reports going up to 40%. To face and overcome the spinning world, Van Gogh often expressed in his letters to Theo that he wanted to paint the shining stars to truly capture the night sky full of stars. The painting he created after that was Starry Night. I wonder if it was painted after overcoming the struggle with Meniere's. It must have been incredibly painful for him as an individual artist.
It's a world seen through intense pain and deep suffering, capturing the profound struggle. Thanks to the artist's resilience, we see such beauty.
back then, there truly wasn't proper treatment for Meniere's.
There was none at all. Even now, it's tough to treat.
He could have just stopped painting and rested, but he kept on painting.
He faced the world as he saw it and painted it, which resulted in this masterpiece. I think Meniere's is a cruel and bad disease, but it might have contributed to the creation of this painting. Thank you.
The video, wait, why?
We're still awkward Dr. Friends. Please watch the subscription video here, and there are other fun related videos above, so check them out.
Isn't the button here?
Yes, subscribe.
not a video.
And please watch the video. Subscribing to us makes you healthier. So I hope you all keep watching Dr. Friends. Bye.